I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
High school sports fans, welcome back to game time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is game time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Forest Glen Park and this edition of High School Sectional Baseball here on SummitCitySports.com. The winner of this game will move on to play Huntington North in the semifinals on Saturday. That'll be an 11 a.m. first pitch. And, of course, the winner of that game will move on to the championship on Monday at 1 p.m. against the winner of Southside versus Wayne. Southside and Wayne both getting the bye week coming into this particular game. But they'll both play in the semifinals, as will one of these teams against Huntington North. Now, Homestead, they come in at 15-9 on the season. One thing you can say about Homestead, though, is they have faced a lot of tough opponents en route to their 15-9 record. Faced teams such as Fishers, Bishop Luers, Wapahani, Cathedral, Hamilton Southeastern, Huntington North, Norwell, Snyder. They were able to win some of those games, and they unfortunately came out of the losing game and on other games. They swept Snyder. They beat Luers. They beat Wapahani. Beat Huntington North and Norwell, but lost to Fishers and Cathedral. But without a doubt, this Homestead team is battle-tested, and they are coming off of 2 straight sectional championships right here in Huntington. Now, the last time Homestead didn't win a sectional championship was technically in 2020, the COVID year, but nobody won a sectional championship that year. We didn't have a baseball season, not for high school at least. However, the last time Homestead played in a sectional championship and did not win was back in 2019. That was against Southside, but the Spartans have won the last 2 sectional championships against Columbia City in 2021 and against Wayne a year ago. They'll face Columbia City in the first round to try and get to semifinals on Saturday. Now, I spoke with head coach Nick Bile via email leading up to this game about his tough schedule this year and the teams he has played, and he responded, and I quote, "It's been a valuable experience to test ourselves against some of the state's toughest teams. We will lean on that experience to know that if we play our best, then we can compete with anyone." Now, this Columbia City team, they finished just 3-4 in the regular season, but they were 19-8 overall on the season, and it's been an improvement for Columbia City. In fact, the wins have increased since Rob Bell took over as the head coach of the Eagles. I believe that was back in the 2018 season, the 2 years before COVID, that is. In fact, he's mentioned that he had won in his first year 7 games, then 11, 14, and now 19 this year. Some of the things that Coach Bell had said to me in our email conversation leading up to this game, and I quote, "I think that there are a lot of things that have played into our success." I'll put that part in brackets. First and foremost is that we have some great guys who really work at their game most of the year. This increases the competition for positions with the increase in talent levels. However, that only works if you have a group of guys that are focused towards the same set of goals. This year, our leadership was able to guide this group during our retreat to some pretty realistic yet lofty goals. Some resolved around school records and statistical categories, and some were just to hold each other accountable daily, and they've really taken those to heart when your best players are your hardest workers and also aren't afraid to lead when necessary or even follow when necessary. Then you have the makings of a pretty special group. That's just a few of the things that head coach Rob Bell had to say in our conversations leading up to this game via email. Well, it's Columbia City taking on Homestead, and we will be back in just a matter of moments. As we get closer to the start of this game, of course, the two teams are going to meet with the umpires, as is usual. Give each other the starting lineups, and we'll see if we have the national anthem. We had it before Game 1. We'll see if we have it leading up to Game 2. But in the meantime, while we've got a chance, we'll go ahead and get into a few words from our sponsors that allow us to come out here and do the games that we get to do so often on SummitCitySports.com. Of course, this game also airing on IHSATV.org, actually primarily airing on IHSATV.org. Can watch it later on our YouTube and Facebook pages, but for now, we're pleased that you can join us on IHSATV.org. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. We serve every level of athlete with our integrated sports medicine team, including the region's only specialized athletic rehab facility. Learn more about our services by logging on to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions and enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. Kelly Automotive Group is celebrating their 70th year in business. Shop all 14 of their brands and visit them online at drivekelly.com. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu for more information. And at Parkview Sports Medicine, it is game on. We are the region's largest integrated sports medicine team, providing athletes with specialized services from improving their performance to recovering from injuries. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Just about ready to get underway. Homestead 15-9 on the season. Columbia City coming in at 19-8 on the season. Now, Homestead has had a number of hitters who have produced this year for them. Alex Graber has their highest batting average. He's batting .447 on the year. Leading run producer is Jake Goody with 19 ribbies this year. Logan Tuttle's not far behind with 15 ribbies on the year. He's batting .319. Goody also batting .385 on the season. That's just a few of the talented bats that Homestead has in its lineup. For Columbia City, they are led in average. They are led in average by number 11, Drew Vanderford. He's batting .361 on the season. James Getz not too far, batting .347. He's got 17 RBIs. Vanderford also has 25 RBIs. Landon Iden has 18 RBIs. The leading run producer on the season for Columbia City is Brady Schrader. He's driven in 26 runs. He's batting .299 on the season. So a lot of quality bats in these lineups. We may well see a fun ball game between Columbia City and Homestead, two teams that played in a sectional championship 2 years ago right here on this very field. Homestead winning that one. Now Columbia City will be the home team in this game. Homestead will be the visiting team. We'll be back in just a moment as we get closer to the start of this matchup here on IHSAA.org.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
I came into PSM my freshman year after volleyball. Just coming here just really improved mentally and physically. I brought in my strengths. I came in and I learned how to grow as an athlete. I mean, I've gotten stronger, sprint faster, get up higher. My jump has elevated. Working with Tyler, he built up my endurance for everything, whether it's in weights, sprints. All across the board, we just keep working, and I have athlete development at Warsaw High School that I go to, and so I send him my thing every day, and he changes what we do in here to adapt to what we do there. High school volleyball, when you can go up to 5 sets, being able to outwork everybody and still being able to put in that 100% was huge for me. PSM performance definitely helped me mentally. I know I can beat out people. I know I can work for what I have, and I know I can even go to the next level on the court. Looking at college, I can put on it. I'm training at a college level. I mean, I come in here and I watch college athletes train. You have hockey players, soccer. You look around and you see every type you can. Just being able to see that level, and I know that I can reach that level as well. You got to work to be the best, and that was just what I wanted to do. I knew that from a young age. I wanted to put in the work.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, I mean, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, I mean, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260s dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
We will give you the starting lineups for First for Homestead, they are the visiting team on the scoreboard. Second baseman Caleb Bradford leads it off. He will be followed by the third baseman Alex Graber. Center fielder Jake Goody bats third. He'll be followed by the catcher Bryce Yoder. Designated hitter Logan Tuttle bats fifth. He'll be followed by the first baseman Brady Minnick. Batting seventh is the pitcher Mason Weaver. Batting eighth is the center fielder Justin Goskowicz. And batting ninth is Luke Neiswanger, who starts this game at shortstop. Here's a defense for Columbia City. Devin Kreider starts at first base. Starting at second is James Getz. Starting at short is Trey Deckman. Starting at third is Coleman Clark. Starting in left field is Zach Berry. Starting in center field, Landon Iden. Starting in right field, Drew Vanderford. Starting catcher is Eli Platt. And Grayson Bradbury is the starting pitcher for the Eagles of Columbia City. Now, Bradbury comes into this game with a 2.50 ERA. He's got a 4-1 record on the year. He struck out 53 batters. I believe that is the leading total on the season for Columbia City. Indeed, it is. 53 strikeouts for Bradbury. Now, he's going against a tough lineup today in Homestead. You got a lot of guys hitting over 300, guys like Alex Graber, Caleb Bradford hitting the ball well. Jake Goody is hitting the ball well for Homestead. In fact, this is a Homestead team that has 10 home runs as a whole. Now, one thing that Homestead does not have, they don't have anybody as an individual hitting 10-plus home runs on the season like they did 2 years ago with Carter Matheson. Now, I'm thinking he hit 15 home runs. He might have actually eclipsed that total. But he ended the season with a .515 batting average. It was a highly touted prospect. It was expected that he might go in the draft. He ended up going to Indiana University to play ball there. I'm not sure if he's still there or if he's been drafted, but obviously Matheson had a great career, especially his senior season, as Caleb Bradford looks at a first pitch strike. This is a good Homestead baseball program. It's been good even since Steve Sotier was a head coach. Nick Bile, himself an IU graduate, as I recall, was an assistant under Sotier and has continued the success since taking over as a head coach. 0-2 count here to Bradford, and he takes that one outside for ball one. You'll often hear Bile saying from third base to his hitters, hunt your pitch. With a 2-strike count, Bradford trying to make sure if he gets anything close, he swings a bat. He swung it there, but he swung right over it. Bradbury's got the strikeout to start the ball game. So that'll send Alex Graber to the plate. Well, the 1, 2, 3 spots in the order for Homestead are a bit of a mix between lefty, righty, and lefty. You just saw Bradford, the lefty, batting. You got Graber, the righty, at the plate. The next batter's Jake Goody. He's a lefty. As Graber takes up and in. Graber is the younger brother of former Homestead basketball star Sidney Graber. Part of that team back in the 2019-2020 season that, as I recall, lost all of 2 games. That was a formidable Homestead basketball foe, to say the least. Sidney Graber was a part of that. Ayanna Patterson was a part of that. Of course, 2 years later, she would become Miss Basketball in the state of Indiana. Riley Parker, the daughter of head coach Rod Parker, was a part of that team as well. The 3-0 count here to Alex Graber, and he gets one right over the heart of the plate. Bradbury gets him with the fastball there. Swing and a miss. Well, Bradbury fighting back on this at-bat. He's already punched out Caleb Bradford. Can he do the same to Graber after falling behind 3-0? Well, maybe he can, but he'll have to wait another pitch. Nice barehanded catch by one of the Homestead fans over there. Another one fought off by Graber. Not sure who said that. Someone shouted, "What are we doing? This is baseball." I think Alex Graber knows that. That's why he's fighting him off, and he rips this one the other way. That is trouble, and it is down. It is extra bases. Will Graber turn for third? He will indeed. And Graber has got it. He would have had it standing up. Instead, he slides in for good measure. Alex Graber fighting them off one by one, and he gets rewarded. And now Jake Goody will come to the plate.
Now batting for the Spartans, the center fielder, number 3.
Goody, the leading run producer on this team. He's got a duck on the pond already. Bradbury started off the inning with a strikeout, and now he's trying to battle back after that one-out triple. Trying to, at the very least, limit the damage, maybe even work around that triple for a scoreless inning. Goody went around there. Well, we're talking about family ties just moments ago. Jake Goody is the younger brother of former Homestead basketball and football star Luke Goody. Of course, Luke went on to play college ball at Illinois. College basketball, that is. He's still there. He's about to enter his junior year. As Jake fouls one off. Now, Luke did have that injury this past season that kept him on the bench for a good part of the season. It's been a while since I checked, but last I checked, it sounded like Luke was recovering, and there's a chance he'll be ready to go for the 2023-2024 season. Swing and a miss. Bradbury gets the strikeout. Second one this inning. And that'll send Bryce Yoder to the plate. Now, Yoder, his average doesn't look all that impressive. He's batting .246, but he does have 11 RBIs. In fact, 2 years ago, I believe it was against Hamilton Southeastern, Bryce Yoder hit his first home run, at least of that season, in this very ballpark. Homestead played here twice in 2021. Doubleheader against Hamilton Southeastern, and then another one against Snyder. Now, the Homestead campus is still undergoing some renovations, some remodeling. But back in 2021, Homestead didn't really have a baseball field to call their own. They do now. Their field is over at Summit Middle School across the street from the main campus. They had a field on the main campus before those renovations started. 1-2 the count on Yoder. Bradbury deals, and it's outside. Bradbury comes into this game as Columbia City's leader in strikeouts. He's got 2 of them so far, but he's got a runner on third, and Yoder trying to get him home, but he sends that one up to the street. We're in a little ravine here at Huntington University. That's where the ball field is at Forest Glen Park. And there's a creek that runs parallel to the third base line. That ball's grounded towards short. There to make the play is Trey Deckman, and Columbia City gets out of the inning. The triple does no harm. We remain scoreless as we go to the bottom of the first. You're watching high school sectional baseball on SummitCitySports.com and IHSAATV.org.
I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to IHSAAFoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Well, what does hurt if you're Homestead is the fact that they got a runner to third and could not get him in. But it does feel good if you're a Columbia City fan, as we, of course, come back to Indiana's own John Mellencamp. Grayson Bradbury able to get 2 strikeouts and then force the ground ball to short to end the inning. Here's the lineup for Columbia City. James Getz, the second baseman, leads things off. He'll be followed by Grayson Bradbury. Batting third is Brady Schrader, the DH. Batting fourth is the right fielder, Drew Vanderford. Batting fifth is the center fielder, Landon Iden. Batting sixth is the third baseman, Coleman Clark. Batting seventh is the first baseman, Devin Kreider. Batting eighth is Trey Deckman, the shortstop. Batting ninth is Zach Berry, the left fielder. Brady Minnick starts at first for Homestead. Caleb Bradford starts at second. Luke Neiswanger starts at short. Starting at third is Alex Graber. Starting in left field is Johnny Ankenbrook. Starting in center, Jake Goody. Starting in right field, Justin Guskowitz. That pitch is fouled in and out of the glove of Yoder. Bryce Yoder, the catcher today. And Mason Weaver is your starting pitcher for the Homestead Spartans. I believe Weaver started one of the 2 games in a doubleheader against Snyder, which Homestead swept earlier this year. Snyder finished the regular season with an 18-8 record. They finished that regular season with a split with Penn, school from out in Mishawaka. That's on the corner for a strike. Now Snyder, they're at sectionals at Carroll this week. I believe they'll play their first game on Friday. DeKalb and Northrop are set to play tonight. That ball's grounded towards short. There to field it is Neiswanger, and his throw is in time. James Getz grounds out for the first out of the inning. And Grayson Bradbury will step to the plate. And Bradbury is batting .263 on the season. He's been productive, though, as far as runs go. He's driven in 16 of those. And Mason Weaver, by the way, with a 1.45 ERA. He's 5-1 for his record. He leads the Spartans in strikeouts. He's got 56 as he blew one by Grayson Bradbury. Now, Bradbury had 2 strikeouts in the top of this first inning. He leads Columbia City in punch-outs. Oh, right on the corner, and that fooled Bradbury. As that pitch came across the plate, his knees buckled. That one just a little high. It's been a steady improvement for Columbia City under head coach Rob Bell. They won 7 games in his first year, and this year they finished quite a ways over 500, 19-8. Just 2 years ago, the Eagles were in the sectional championship against these Homestead Spartans. Sparty got the better of them. They got the better of Wayne last year in the sectional championship. Second straight sectional title for the Spartans. Popped him up, and that's going to go out of play. There's a 2-2 from Weaver. It's in the dirt. Well, Bradbury has fought off one pitch, but after starting this count at 0-2, Weaver has not been able to finish it off. Still has a chance to do so, though. And that one caught his knees. Ball got away from Yoder. He'll throw down to first to complete the strikeout. Credit to Bryce Yoder for staying with it there. And with 2 down and nobody on, here's Brady Schrader. Homestead was able to get a runner to third on Alex Graber's one-out triple. But the Eagles got the last 2 outs and stranded Graber at third. Swing and a miss as Schrader goes right over top of it. He's batting .299 on the season. Schrader is the Eagles' leading run producer. 26 RBIs. And in case you're wondering, he does have some home run power. He's hit 4 homers this year. This is a Columbia City team that has hit 7 home runs total. Drew Vanderford has one. But Schrader won't get one here as Weaver gets the punch out to end the inning. He closes the inning with back-to-back strikeouts. At the end of the first inning, we'll take a quick break. You're watching high school baseball brought to you by SummitCitySports.com right here on IHSATV.org.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Logan Tuttle will lead things off for Homestead here in the top half of the second. Tuttle's batting .319 on the season. He's driven home 15 runs. First pitch swinging, he pops it up left side and caught at short by number 6, Trey Deckman. Number 20, Trey Deckman, I beg your pardon, playing the number 6 position on the infield. A quick out for the Eagles. Brady Minnick, the batter, with 1 down and nobody on for the Spartans. Takes that one outside for a ball. Each pitcher has 2 strikeouts so far. Bradbury with 2 in the top of the first. Mason Weaver with 2 in the bottom of the first as Minnick chases after that one. Lifted foul, and that's going up on a hill. If you've never been here to Forest Glen Park, we are in a ravine. There's a creek with a hill next to it that runs parallel to the third base line. Now, it's a short driving distance to what's now known as Platt Arena, where the basketball teams play. Lifted down the line, but that's going foul, and it's going to go out of play to the picnic area. Brady Minnick battling. We saw a battle from Alex Graber in the top of the first. That led to his triple. Now, if you're a Homestead fan, it's unfortunate that that did not lead to any runs. Grayson Bradbury struck out Jake Goody and then got a grounder from Bryce Yoder. But Minnick continues to fight him off. Doesn't chase that one. It's ball 4. So here's Mason Weaver. He struck out Grayson Bradbury in the bottom of the first inning, and now he gets to face Bradbury the opposite way. Bradbury on the mound this time. First pitch strike on the corner. Second time Homestead's had a base runner this game. Swing and a miss. I think that was a breaking ball. Weaver thought he could knock it down the line. I guarantee you that's not snow falling. I think that's just little pieces of maybe dandelions. Popped them up. That's playable. Bradbury called off. And Coleman Clark, the third baseman, makes the catch. It's late May. I hope we're not getting any snow until at least October. Bring that up because there's a bunch of white flakes falling down, but they look like pieces of dandelions. Justin Goskowicz. Justin Goskowicz, the batter. He's behind 0-1 to start out this count. Goskowicz, the number 8 hitter in the Homestead lineup. Luke Neiswanger would be next. If Goskowicz should advance, one might have caught the corner. Goskowicz tried to hold up. Laced up the middle, off the glove of Bradbury, and Getz was wandering toward the bag to try and cover, and the ball went to his left. It's a base hit for Goskowicz. Well, he'll take it. It was an adventurous single. We'll call it an infield single, but that ball, had it not been deflected by Bradbury, would have not stayed in the infield unless Getz had gotten to it. And now Neiswanger with ducks on the pond.
Neiswanger at the plate.
Bradbury nearly stabbed it to end the inning. Oh, Neiswanger was chasing. Number 9 hole hitter in the order. And one guy who's been productive this year as a sophomore for Homestead is Luke Rhea. He's not in the batting order today. Kick and the 0-1, and that is, well, it sure looked good. Eli Platt caught it kind of awkwardly, but sure looked like a strike when I watched it. They call it ball 1. Getz playing close to the bag at second, anticipating a pickoff or maybe even a double steal. But if you're Luke Neiswanger, you look to the right of second base and you're seeing some open space over there. Although Getz works his way over to try and close that space at the pitch. Didn't have anything to worry about there except for the fact that it's now 3-1. You got the leadoff hitter Caleb Bradford waiting on deck. Make it a 3-2 count as Neiswanger fights it off. He's hoping to either get a run home right now or get on base and load up the bases for his leadoff man. They throw back to first, and they've got Minnick in a rundown. Oh, the ball gets away. Brady didn't see it in time. Oh, Bile was telling him to go. Minnick didn't see the ball. He's up to his feet. He's safe at third. And into second is Goskowicz. But that was nearly a run. If Minnick had seen the ball get by, he'd have been off to home. Bile was sending him, but he didn't see it in time. Here's the payoff. Lace to the left side. Off the glove of the shortstop. Minnick is in. And digging back into first is Goskowicz. It's an RBI single for Luke Neiswanger. And Homestead goes up 1-0. Three hits for Homestead so far, none for Columbia City as Caleb Bradford will step to the plate. Bradford struck out his last time up. Well, you're dealing with a team full of good hitters going up against a pitcher who's leading his team in strikeouts. Grayson Bradbury came in with 53 strikeouts on the season. He's got 2 so far today, but right now he's trying to keep this a one-run ball game. Caleb Bradford is hitting .308 on the season. He's obviously got other ideas. And he knows he's got dangerous hitters set to follow him, especially Alex Graber, who's batting .447 and has already tripled here in this ball game. Bradford fights it off. We are more liable to get the green light with a 2-0 count, not quite to 3-0, especially when you've got a runner on third. Bradford not necessarily looking to load the bases with a walk here. I'm sure he'll take that, but he'd like to get that runner home from third. He'll have to wait another pitch. And that might actually be Logan Wilson who's running over at third. It's ball 4. Nope, that is Goskowicz. Bases are loaded. And that'll send Alex Graber to the plate. Graber is the 7th batter to come to this inning, to come to the plate in this inning, rather. And Bradbury's going to get a word from one of his coaches. Got a couple of routine pop-ups, one to short, one to third. But in addition to that, Brady Minnick walked with just one out. Justin Goskowicz followed that up with a single. Then Luke Neiswanger had the RBI to get Homestead on top 1-0. And we'll show you that RBI here on our Traction AP replay. Neiswanger put it on the ground, and Trey Deckman, try as he might, unable to field it cleanly. Skips off his glove just a little bit. It's just enough to get Homestead up 1-0. Swing and a miss as Graber with a big hack that time. He had a triple his last time up. Puts that one on the ground right to Getz at second. Getz will go to the bag at second and get the force out there. Homestead gets a run. Columbia City limits them to just that. We'll be back for the bottom of the second in just a moment here on SummitCitySports.com and IHSATV.org.
I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to IHSAAFoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
But Luke Neiswanger getting the RBI single in the bottom, or the top half of the second, excuse me. That's the only run, though, that Homestead was able to get. They loaded the bases in the inning, but the Eagles hold them to just the one run. Drew Vanderford will step to the plate. Vanderford is one of the better hitters on this Columbia City lineup. He's batting .361 on the year with 25 RBIs, and he does have a homer this year. First pitch swinging, he pops it up, shallow right field, and it's going to be caught by Goskowicz. It'll send Landon Iden to the plate.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 6, Landon Iden.
Iden batting just .233 on the season, but he does have 18 RBIs. This is a Columbia City team that has a number of productive hitters at their disposal. But so far, the Eagles have yet to get a guy on base. First pitch taken for a strike. Mason Weaver's got 2 strikeouts so far. Missed upstairs. The 1-1 on the way. Swung on and missed. Oh, Weaver must have put some heat on that one. Oh, he went chasing. They're going to appeal. It's a strikeout. Third strikeout of the game for Weaver as he gets Iden to chase. And that'll send Coleman Clark to the plate for Columbia City. Went low. And he starts him out with ball 1. That was close. Weaver trying to paint the outside corner. Might have missed low with that one. That's laced but fouling out of play, and that one does come back into the bullpen. But if you hit a ball foul to the right side, there's a chance that that ball's getting lost in the woods. Right down the middle. Weaver has worked the count even. On the corner, he got him to end the inning. I don't think Clark liked the call, but it's a strikeout nonetheless. Fourth of the game for Weaver.
3 up and 3 down for the Eagles.
Eagles go down 1-2-3, and we'll be back for the third when we return on SummitCitySports.com and IHSAA-TV.org.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Well, so far Columbia City has been able to limit the damage, but one thing that Homestead has that Columbia City does not have, they've got base runners. They've got the 1-run lead, of course. But so far Homestead has put 5 men on base. Columbia City does not have a base runner as Jake Goody stands in to lead off the third, and he takes one up and away. Homestead has also out-hit Columbia City 3-0. Bradbury missing outside twice in a row, 2-0. Homestead's not in any particular conference, but they're somewhat familiar with the Northeast State. They've played both Norwell and Huntington North. They've beaten both those teams. Those, by the way, are the two top teams as far as conference records go in the NE8. Huntington North 7-0, Norwell 6-1 in the regular season, and Huntington North was a winner tonight over New Haven. They'll play the winner of this game, the sectional semifinal, on Saturday at 11 a.m. There's the 2-2 to Goody. He went. Tried to keep his bat back, but could not. Bradbury gets the K.
Now batting, the catcher, number 2, Bryce Yoder.
Bryce Yoder takes one outside. Yoder grounded out to short to end the first. That one's taken down and in. Homestead has been battle-tested this year. One of their road trips this season. Actually, this was a road trip. One of their road trips was against Cathedral out in Indianapolis. Spartans got swept. They hosted Cathedral last year. They split that doubleheader. There's a called strike, 3-1. And Yoder walks, another base runner for the Spartans. That's the sixth man to reach base for Homestead in this game, and Logan Tuttle will step to the plate. Now, Homestead did beat DeKalb earlier this year as well. That was on the road, and DeKalb is having a fairly good season this season. They're in action against Northrop tonight. Try and get a look at who that courtesy runner at first base might be. And Yoder's the catcher, so they'll send in the courtesy runner for him. Throw back over. Oh, that was a close play. That looked like a number 7. If it is, that's Nick Peckinu, and he's been used in a pinch running capacity at times this year. In the dirt. Excuse me, I have to correct that pronunciation. It's Pickenu. Now, there is an E early on in his name, but it's pronounced more like an I. That's on the corner. Tuttle not offering at it. Bradbury's 1-1. Swung on and missed. There goes Pickenu. He's into second. The throw gets away. It's a stolen base. Perhaps a little hit and run action there as they had Tuttle swinging at it, and Pickenu is in scoring position. Tuttle serving as the designated hitter in this game. He's 0 for 1 so far with a pop out to short in the second. Swing and a miss. He went after a high curveball, and Bradbury got him. Well, what we just saw there was a hitter with a duck on the pond trying to get him home. That's exactly what Tuttle was trying to do, and in this case it got the best of him as Bradbury strikes him out. Brady Minnick, the batter. He put together a good battle his last time up. As Pickenu bluffing a steal, Minnick takes a strike. Well, Homestead's getting guys on base. They're battling at the plate. They're not putting together quick innings. They're putting together some threats. So far, Columbia City's just given up the 1 run. Now, that 1 run came with 2 outs. And there's quite a bit of an opening on the left side of the infield. As Trey Deckman is playing over close to the bag and kind of shifting over back to his right as the pitch came. That's way up and outside, and I think that was Bradbury who shouted out there in frustration. That's normally the shout of, I just put my hand on a hot stove. In this case, it's, I just missed the strike zone. Swing and a miss. He didn't miss the strike zone that time, but he got Minnick to chase. Two and two the count. Didn't chase that one. Grayson Bradbury's got 4 strikeouts in this game. And he's trying to keep another runner stranded in scoring position, and he'll do just that. Pickenu was taken off, but it doesn't matter. Bradbury gets the punch out. Well, he's stranding runners left and right. Homestead's got the lead 1-0. Can Columbia City answer? Back for the bottom of the third in just a moment.
Sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Grayson Bradbury with 5 strikeouts in the ball game, and so far his last one has been the biggest because he stranded a runner at second for the final out of the inning. He had Pickenu taken off and going for third, but he got Brady Minnick to chase for the final out of the inning. Now, can the Eagles get some runners on base? This is Devin Kreider leading things off for him. Takes a fastball outside. Weaver put some heat on that one, but could not get the location. One and one the count. Weaver's batting .222 on the season. Swing and a miss. Got the location that time. That was some heat from Weaver. And I'm not sure if he lost his hat or just took it off. He threw that ball with some force. He easily could have lost his hat. The 1-2's right down Broadway. Well, these pitchers are wheeling and dealing. That's 5 strikeouts for Weaver. And that'll send Trey Deckman to the plate. Deckman has seen a number of balls come his way at shortstop today. But he's trying to get the Eagles their first base runner of the ball game. Popped it foul to the mesh. That's Zach Berry, who's on deck, going back to get that loose foul ball. A couple of good hacks by Deckman. That's your number 8 hitter in the lineup, putting together a battle. He may be behind 0-2, but he's fighting them off so far. One down, nobody on. Weaver with the strikeout of Devin Kreider just a minute ago. Got him with a breaking ball. After a couple of good hacks, Deckman goes down looking. And that will send Zach Berry to the plate. Still no base runners for the Eagles yet today. They've been out hit 3-0 by Homestead, and Weaver is just firing them right by the Eagles. Starts him out 0-2. Was trying to paint the corner that time. You usually don't get many signals after a ball one call. We got one there, and I think that was the umpire saying it was wide. And it was. Count 1-2 on Berry. That's your 9-hole hitter at the plate. Got him! Little breaking ball there. And Mason Weaver strikes out the side. 3 straight backwards Ks to close out the third, and we're back for the fourth in just a minute.
I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Well, make no mistake, this is a pitcher's duel. 7 strikeouts for Mason Weaver, 5 for Grayson Bradbury. But Homestead's been the one getting runners on base, not so for Columbia City. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration provides top-notch commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. Are you ready to put your past behind you? Whether it's expunging your criminal record or helping to get your driver's license reinstated, Jolly Law Firm is your answer. Well, the man who just struck out the side in the bottom half of the third inning, Mason Weaver, is now at the plate. Grayson Bradbury trying to keep it a one-run ball game. Homestead's got 3 hits. They've seen 3 of their hitters walk to first. So far, they've just got the 1 run to show for it, and that's a credit to Grayson Bradbury and his being able to fight out there on the mound and labor through these tough innings and get the outs when necessary. Swing and a miss. Oh, he tied him up with a breaking ball. Well, Weaver used a breaking ball to strike out Zach Berry to close out the third. And now Bradbury trying to finish off his counterpart, but he misses down and away to make it 2-2. Popped him up. That's playable. Bradbury, Canicorn. Justin Goskowitz will come to the plate. He had a 2-out single his last time up. Ended up getting all the way to third. Right after him, Luke Neiswanger got an RBI single. That's your 9-hole hitter coming through with a run. Neiswanger is on deck. We're at that part of the order. That was down and away. Here's the 2-0, lifted towards center field, base hit. Deckman gave it a look, but he knew it was over his head. It's a 1-out single for Goskowicz. He's got his second knock of the game. And Luke Neiswanger will come to the plate after he drove in the only run of the game so far. It was back in the second inning. Winner of this game plays Huntington North on Saturday. Vikings defeated New Haven, their Northeast 8 Conference rivals. 10-3 was the final. Now, New Haven had it closer than you might think. They jumped out to a 3-0 lead. The bottom of the first. Then Huntington North answered with a 4-run second. Closed it out with a 6-run seventh. That's right, it was a 1-run ball game for most of the way through until the Vikings sealed the deal big time in the 7th inning. Right now, Bradbury's trying to seal the deal on Luke Neiswanger. He's got him in an 0-2 count. Swing and a miss. He does seal the deal. Got him chasing a breaking ball. And now the leadoff hitter, Caleb Bradford, comes to the plate.
Second baseman, number 8, Caleb Bradford.
Goskowicz on first after his 1-out single. No one ran in on Bradford. Start him out with a 1-0 count. That one came close to hitting him. If Bradford were to advance, Alex Graber would be the next batter. Graber's 1 for 2. He tripled back in the first, but he was stranded at third and did not come around to score. That's in there for a called strike. I thought I just heard one of the fans say immaculate. Sounded like it came from down on the third base side. There's a little picnic area there. Oh, Bradford rips this one to right field. How far is it flying? All the way to the wall. And coming in to score on the double is Goskowicz. Bradford, an RBI double, gets a run home all the way from first. And that'll send Alex Graber up. Well, it wasn't with a runner in scoring position, but Homestead does add to their lead, and now Graber comes up with a runner in scoring position. I don't think Graber went on that one. Pitch looked to be upstairs, but it's called strike one. I think the ball actually went off that sign that says Forest Glen Park out there in right field. We'll show you our Traction AP replay of what you just saw on that double by Caleb Bradford in the middle of this fourth inning. But 1-1 the count on Graber. Puts that one on the ground towards second. Gets to it. Makes the play. But Homestead gets a runner home all the way from first base, and we will go ahead and show it to you with our Traction Athletic Performance replay. Caleb Bradford putting an absolute charge into this one. Looked like Drew Vandeford was kind of late in his break. That ball, well, the way he looked at that one might have gone off the very top of the fence. But he looked up at it quite a bit as if that might have gone off one of those trees out there. And if it went off one of those trees, that means the ball left the yard. But as it is, it's an RBI double, getting a run home all the way from first. Another look at it here on our Traction AP replay. Obviously a good rip by Bradford. Had to go off the top portion of the wall. Hard to see it from that distance. But a good piece of hitting by Caleb Bradford as Homestead has stranded so many runners in scoring position. They get one in from first on that double. We'll go ahead and get you another word or two from our sponsors. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning is dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business, a system and solution for your unique needs. Visit AndersonCoolHeat.com. James Getz, the leadoff hitter, will lead off this fourth inning, and he takes one off the plate. Columbia City still does not have a base runner. They've been out-hit 5-0 by the Spartans. Weaver hit the corner that time. There's been a couple of no-hitters pitched in Northeast Indiana this year. Dwenger had a combined no-hitter when they beat Canterbury at Parkview Field earlier this year. Concordia's Maddox Wright threw a no-hitter, also at Parkview Field. That was against Wayne. Now, I may have just jinxed Mason by mentioning that. But so far, he has kept Columbia City at bay. A 2-2. Pop foul. That'll ricochet off the top of the mesh. And one of the Homestead fans makes a catch. Gets batting .347 on the year. He's been productive. 17 RBIs, but right now he's trying to give a base run to the Eagles. He might have. Diving stab over at second. Good play by Bradford. It's not in time. Minute came off the bag. It's an infield single. There will be no perfect game. There will be no no-hitter. Columbia City gets a man on base. Yeah, wait until then to mention the idea of a perfect game. But Columbia City has broken that up. They've broken up the no-hitter, and now Grayson Bradbury steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1 so far with a strikeout, but a nice little breaking ball there from Weaver. Another breaking ball, and it froze Bradbury. Weaver has been successful with the fastball, and he's put some heat on it. It's a shame we don't have a radar gun on us. I'd like to see what kind of heat he's putting on him. But he's locating his breaking balls, and he is deceiving these hitters with those things. That's some high heat, and Weaver got the strikeout. They'll send Brady Schrader to the plate, and he's got a runner on base this time. Schrader, the Eagles' leading run producer this year. Down and away. Schrader bounces it left side. Graber's there. He'll go the short way. Double play. 5-4-3 started by Graber. Columbia City gets their first base runner, but he's immediately erased off the paths. And we will go to the fifth with Homestead leading 2-0 on this broadcast of high school baseball on IHSATV.org, brought to you by SummitCitySports.com.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
A dangerous hitter to start off the top of the fifth. It's Jake Goody. We've already seen Caleb Bradford drive one deep to right field off the wall. Goody can not only drive him off the wall, he can drive him over the wall. He's got 3 homers this year. They had him squaring to bunt there, however. See if he squares again. He will. Oh boy, that looked like a good pitch. It's called ball 1 as it is, and a little discussion here between the umpire and Eli Platt. Now, the name Platt is one that is pretty well known around these parts. As Goody fouls out one off. Apparently the bunt sign was taken off, and it'll probably stay off. Of course, Steve Platt was a head basketball coach here at Huntington University, longtime head coach, very successful one. His son Ty was an assistant coach who took over as head coach. Swing and a miss, and Bradbury gets the strikeout. Well, Grayson Bradbury's got 7 Ks in the ball game. Even though Homestead has out-hit Columbia City 5-1, Eagles have only had 1 base runner. They've gone down 1-2-3 every inning. Bradford has been a bright spot for him with his strikeouts as Yoder fouls out one off. Another bright spot has been the fact that Columbia City has been able to strand Homestead's runners for the most part. Only 1 Homestead runner has come in from scoring position and gotten home. Bryce Yoder 0 for 1. He grounded out to short, and he also walked. He's batting .246. He's got 11 RBIs, and he does have a homer this year. The 1-1 misses upstairs. He hit a home run on this very field 2 years ago. I believe that was I said it might have been the doubleheader against Hamilton Southeastern. Come to think of it, I think it was a doubleheader against Snyder, which was 2 weeks later in 2021. As that ball's going out of play, Coleman Clark gave it a look. Carter Matheson has also homered in this ballpark. In fact, he had a smashing home run to deep right field here at Huntington into the trees. Of course, usually if you hit a home run here at Huntington, it's going into the trees. And best wishes to whoever has to chase those down, because you could be looking in the woods for quite a while. 3-2 on Yoder. Swing and a miss. Bradbury might have taken something off that one. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the fifth. And that'll send Logan Tuttle to the plate.
For the Spartans will be their DH. Number 1, Logan Tuttle.
Tuttle's 0 for 2. He's popped out to short, and he's struck out in the ball game so far. There's the 1-0 from Bradbury. That was close. Had to have come from the Columbia City dugout because somebody just shouted out in frustration. If it wasn't from the dugout, it's from one of their fans. Here's a 2-0. Make it 3-0 on Tuttle. If Tuttle advances, Brady Minnick would be the next hitter. And Tuttle, he's a .319 hitter, so wouldn't write off the idea of him swinging here, but he doesn't, and he takes strike one. Line drive, right center field, and that one is down. Off the glove of Landon Iden, and Tuttle's going for third. Is he going to try for a homer? Inside the park, throws coming home. Got him! Oh no! The ball got away! It's an inside the park home run for Logan Tuttle. It looked for a moment like Platt had the tag, but then the ball got away. Logan Tuttle, an inside the park home run. And Minnick is the batter. We'll give you a look at where this ball went. So much was happening on that play that looked like it went just beyond the reach of Landon Iden out there in center field. 2-0 the count on Minnick. And one of the assistant coaches is going to come out and have a word with Grayson Bradbury. I've gotten word that Bradbury's at 107 pitches. Well, Bradbury's had a good outing. He had a couple of strikeouts, 2 strikeouts, in fact. Before that inside the park homer by Tuttle. And Tuttle put an absolute charge into it. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area from ages 5 to 18. Our players are equipped with elite level skills and a foundation of life skills. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. Swing and a miss. popped up, and that's going out of play. Fly ball lifted to left field. Long run for Barry, and he didn't get there. It's down the line, and it's a double for Brady Minnick. Well, these last two at-bats, the name of the game has simply been opposite field hitting. That's what Tuttle did to get his inside the park homer. And that's what Minnick just did to get that two-out double. Now, here's what Homestead hasn't done so well, is getting runners home from scoring position. They've got the 3-0 lead, but they've only gotten one runner home from scoring position. Had a double by Caleb Bradford that scored a run from first, and there was nobody on base when Tuttle hit his inside the park homer. Mason Weaver at the plate. Swing and a miss. That was a big hack. And we got word earlier that Grayson Bradbury is over 100 pitches. Last heard it was at 107. I think it's probably 110 by now. 112. Thanks for the correction. 1-1 the count. That's on the corner. Weaver has struck out Bradbury today. Now Bradbury trying to return the favor, but he'll have to wait another pitch. Weaver is 0 for 2. He's been retired via pop-up both times. Once to third and once right back to Bradbury. Oh, he painted that corner. Bradbury gets the strikeout. But not before Logan Tuttle gets an inside-the-park homer. His third homer of the year. Homestead leads it 3-0. And while we have a moment, we will go ahead and get a few words in from our sponsors that allow us to do these games that we get to do on a consistent basis here on SummitCitySports.com. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com to learn more. Tom Steele Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you to find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services like brakes, wheel alignments, engine diagnostics, and more. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana. Our specialized sports medicine team offers direct access to physical therapy and sports physicians at our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse in Fort Wayne, Indiana. No referral needed, saving you time and money. Visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more. Well, Homestead has had some trouble getting runners in from scoring position, but Logan Tuttle just added to their lead with an inside-the-park home run. And it was very close to being caught out in center field by Landon Iden. He had a look at it, but Iden, despite laying out for it, could not make the catch. Drew Vanderford comes to the plate. It's only his second at bat of the game. Columbia City's gone down 1-2-3 every single inning they've been at the plate. They do have a hit that was an infield single by James Getz. But he was wiped off the bases when Brady Schrader grounded into a double play. Slap foul, 1-1. Aside from that, Mason Weaver has got 8 strikeouts in the ball game. Now, Grayson Bradbury has 9. The Weaver can match him here in this inning, and he might do it on the next pitch. We shall see. He's got Vanderford behind 1 and 2. The infield and the outfield hasn't had much to worry about, really, for either team. Swing and a miss. 9th strikeout of the game, and Weaver does match Bradbury. That will send Landon Iden, and Iden had a chance to make the catch to try and rob Tuttle of a home run. Or rob him of a base hit. I don't think he knew it was going to be a home run. At least not right off the bat, but he knew that Tuttle had hit it hard, and Iden had a chance to make the play. Just despite his best efforts, he couldn't get the ball. Puts that one on the ground. Graber waits on it, fires to first, got him. That'll send Coleman Clark to the plate.
Number 8, Coleman Clark.
Only one base runner in this game for Columbia City, and Weaver trying to finish out his 5th inning. Swing and a miss. That looked like some heat. It's not just been fastballs for Weaver, but he has utilized the fastball very effectively today. And as I say that, he misses up and in with that one. We've seen the curveball. We've seen the slider. That might have been a changeup. He took something off of that one. 1 and 2. And he's got Clark in a 2-strike count here in the 5th. Swing and a miss. He sent him fishing. That's his 10th strikeout of the ball game. He's weaving a web of strikeouts. 3-0 Homestead leads. 10 strikeouts for Mason Weaver. And we will go to the 6th inning after this here in this broadcast of high school baseball on IHSAATV.org and SummitCitySports.com.
I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to IHSAAFoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
We are at dusk here at Forest Glen Park in Huntington, Indiana. A new pitcher now for Columbia City, as we'll try and get a look at the number. I think that's number 5, Lucas Schmidt. Somebody said 6. That's Landon Iden. If I'm not mistaken, Iden is right-handed. Had the glove on his left hand. This is Lucas Schmidt, a lefty. The leadoff hitter for Homestead is Justin Goskowicz, and he takes that one outside for a ball. Well, Grayson Bradbury had an interesting outing, to say the least. Whole lot of strikeouts, but a whole lot of base runners. Bradbury pitches 5 innings in the ball game. I believe he had 9 strikeouts. It's on the corner. That's slapped out of play. Schmidt went with the breaking ball there. Again, that's who it looks like is on the mound for Columbia City. Yeah, I think we have confirmation that is who it is. Schmidt with a 3.77 ERA coming into this game. He's pitched in 9 games. He's got a 2-1 record in his decisions. So far, each pitcher's gone 5 innings, and Goskowicz laced that one foul to the mesh. The 2-2 on the way. Goskowicz laces it into center field. A hard rip up the middle. And the leadoff man's aboard. Well, that's 3 singles in the game so far for Goskowicz, and he's scored a run. Well, as far as average goes, he's got the best line of the day. He's 3 for 3. That's going to send Luke Neiswanger to the plate. Now, his line's not so bad either. He's got an RBI single. Neiswanger bunts, but it goes foul. The 0-1 on the way, and Neiswanger lets it go. Neiswanger, the 9-hole hitter. Caleb Bradford absolutely crushed one to right field his last time up. It didn't leave the yard, but it came awful close. Swing and a miss. There goes the runner. Throws high. And Goskowicz is in. It's a 1-2 count on Neiswanger. I think they had the hit and run on there as Neiswanger chased something way upstairs. But he's got a runner in scoring position. Now, this has been a bugaboo so far in this game for Homestead, but Neiswanger has been able to drive a run home from scoring position. But a swing and a miss, he goes down on strikes. Schmidt gets his first strikeout of the ballgame. But Caleb Bradford got his RBI double with a runner on first and 2 outs back in the 4th. He's got a runner on second here. He squares, puts it down. It bounced back into fair territory. Out at first is Bradford. Coleman Clark with the throw, just got him. That ball bounced off a little lip of dirt, or should I say turf, and stayed fair. Clark was just able to gun down Bradford at first. That'll send Alex Graber to the plate. Take another look at that on our Traction AP replay when we get a second, but that's a first pitch strike to Alex Graber. Now, Graber's tripled in this ball game. Oh, clipped it foul. Graber had a shot at that one. Let's take another look at that last bunt just a minute ago. Bradford put it down right on the line, and that just kicked up off the turf. And honestly, looking at that, looks to me like he's safe, but he's called out. That one gets away, and here comes the runner. Goskowitz, safe at the plate. Platt went for the tag. Goskowitz beat it, and Homestead leads 4-0. Homestead has struggled to get runners home from scoring position, but they get one there, not by way of a hit, but they'll take the wild pitch leading to a run. They'll also take it since they're going up against a team that went 19-8 in the regular season. Columbia City's a team that's been building under head coach Rob Bell. Now, Homestead has been one of the more formidable opponents in Northeast Indiana for quite some time, whether it was Steve Sotier, who was a head coach, or their current head coach, Nick Bile. Ball 4. And Graber walks. To keep the inning going for Jake Goody.
Now batting the center fielder, number 3, Jake Goody.
Goody's hitless in the ball game. He's struck out 3 times. But he's facing a new pitcher there. Lucas Schmidt going for the pickoff, doesn't get it. We know Goody can hit. He's hitting .385 coming into this game, and he's the leading run producer on the season for the Spartans. Now Tuttle, with his inside-the-park home run, got his 16th RBI of the year. Grounded right to first, and Kreider, with a step to his left, has the final out. Take a quick break in just a moment, but first we've got another word from our sponsors at Parkview Sports Medicine. Parkview Sports Medicine is the area's largest integrated sports medicine team, specialized in serving every level of athlete. No matter if they're trying to get better at what they do or recovering from an injury, our experts coordinate your care in state-of-the-art facilities in our community to start your journey. Visit us at parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Well, while Indiana's own John Mellencamp plays here at Huntington, we'll be back in just a moment.
Has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really –
Well, in case you're wondering, Mason Weaver is back out there. This is his 6th inning of work. Weaver with 10 strikeouts, only 1 hit surrendered. 1 base runner surrendered, and that base runner was James Getz, who had an infield single back in the bottom of the 4th, but he was erased when Brady Schrader grounded into a double play. Bottom third of the order coming up for Columbia City. Devin Kreider, Trey Deckman, and Zach Berry stepping to the plate. Now, it's not an insurmountable deficit being down 4, but so far Columbia City has just struggled to string the hits together. Swing and a miss. Kreider going for a hit there. Weaver blew that one by him. That's on the corner. Called a strike. And again, I'm not sure if the velocity of that pitch was what led to Weaver's hat coming off there, but he has thrown it with some velocity tonight. That one's upstairs. Weaver's a junior, by the way, so Nick Bile stands to have him back for another year. On the corner, strikeout number 11. Kreider a little surprised by that one. That'll send Trey Deckman up. Deckman was a strikeout victim back in the third inning. Oh, they called it a strike. That looked like it was in the batter's box. Deckman shows some frustration. You might have thought the same thing I just thought. 0-1 the count. That one's upstairs. Here's a 1-1. Well, the breaking ball that time, and it's called a strike. Swing and a miss. Oh, Deckman frustrated. Weaver's got another punch out. He's got a dozen. Now the number 9 hitter. We're going to get a pinch hitter. This was the spot that Zach Berry was in. I believe this is Henry Neller. That's number 12, as Rob Bell gives the umpire the change. 13. Check that, 13. That's Noble Heinen.
Number 13, Noble Heinen.
Swing and a miss. The 0-1, Heinen takes a called strike on the corner. Inside corner that time. Well, even with the left-handed batter, Alex Graber playing close to the line at third. Definitely not playing him to pull. Swing and a miss. Set a ball in the dirt. Yoder caught it. It's out number 3. That's 13 strikeouts for Weaver. He's got a baker's dozen. As we'll go to the 7th inning here on SummitCitySports.com and IHSAATV.org.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Well, that's the line for the game so far. 8 hits, just 1 for Columbia City, 8 for Homestead. Now, Spartans have struggled to get runners in from scoring position. We've gotten 2 runners in from scoring position. Of course, one of those was on a wild pitch. But Mason Weaver has been wheeling and dealing tonight. He's got 13 strikeouts. Only 1 hit surrendered, only 1 base runner surrendered, and the 1 base runner who reached for Columbia City was taken off the paths on a 5-4-3 double play as Bryce Yoder stands in for the Spartans, and he cranks one into center field. This one's playable, though, and a sliding catch by Landon Iden. For as much, though, as Columbia City has struggled at the plate, if they can keep Homestead off the board in this innings, they'll still have a chance. Tuttle rips one to left field. That's down for a base hit over the head of Zach Berry. And Tuttle into second, his second extra base hit. They're going to get in a courtesy runner. That's Nick Peckanu. Boy, Tuttle has been swinging a good bat today. He's got an inside-the-park home run. That happened back in the 5th. Now a one-out double. But again, Homestead not having much luck getting these runners in from scoring position. They've left a lot of men out there. But Brady Minnick could change all that. A base hit could do the trick. Fly ball lifted into right field, and it's going to drop. Little miscommunication. They're going to hold Peckanu. I said miscommunication. I think actually what happened was Drew Vandeford lost in the lights. He went back. James Getz went out from second to try and get it. Landon Iden came in from center, and the ball dropped into no man's land. And in the end, it's a base hit for Brady Minnick. Tenth hit of the game for Homestead. And Mason Weaver is the next man up.
Number 10, Mason Weaver.
Now, Weaver has been the star on the mound today. He's trying to get something done here at the plate. Got runners on the corners. Schmidt starts him out with a high strike. Fly ball lifted into right field. Peckanu back. Catch is made by Vanderford, and coming in to score is Peckanu on the sac fly. And that time, Homestead is able to cash in with a runner in scoring position as Mason Weaver does the job. Minnick remains at first with 2 down. Justin Goskowitz at the plate. He's 3 for 3 in the ball game and also scored twice. Foul tipped into the glove. There goes the runner. Ball gets away. Minnick's easily into second. Another runner in scoring position. On the ground, 2-3. Clark across the diamond for the final out, but Homestead gets one more. Mason Weaver helping out his own cause. He gets a sac fly. Last chance for Columbia City. Only one hit in the game so far. Can they come back in the 7th? We'll find out in a moment.
I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Well, Mason Weaver just helped out his own cause with a sacrifice fly, and he's out there for his 7th inning of work. I got to believe that he will not be on the mound on Saturday. Maybe he will be on the mound on Monday, but that's a big maybe because if Homestead wins this game, they got to get through Huntington North to get to the championship game on Monday, where they'll face either Wayne or Southside. We'll wait to see who ends up facing either Wayne or Southside. Wayne and Southside will play each other on Saturday at 1 o'clock. But Weaver starts out with a strike here against the leadoff hitter, James Getz. Getz slaps it the other way, but it goes just foul to the right of first. Minnick over to gather it for good measure. The Eagles have had just one base runner reach. Mason Weaver has 13 strikeouts. Swing and a miss, make it 14. And he just put away the only guy who's been able to get a hit off of him. Now here's Grayson. Oh, check that. This is Grayson Bradbury's spot, but it looks like we got a pinch hitter. Trying to get a look at the number. That might be Henry Neller. It looked like it might have been a 12. It was tough to tell. I think that's a 12. Oh, he buckled, but it's called a strike. Indeed, it is Henry Neller at the plate. Swing and a miss. Make it 0-2. This is a long outing for Mason Weaver. Swing and a miss. It's a successful outing. 15 strikeouts, long or not. And he just sent Neller down on 3 pitches. It will be Brady Schrader coming to the plate. He is the leading run producer for Columbia City, but he has been kept at bay. 0 for 2 with a strikeout. He has grounded out into a double play as well. Weaver with 15 strikeouts. He is wheeling and dealing. He tried to hit the corner with that fastball. Time called. Yoder will go out to give his pitcher a little breather before his next pitch. I'm hearing he's only thrown 74 pitches. Now, that being said, Weaver's been throwing some heat. It's not been strictly fastball, but he's been blowing pitches by these hitters on a consistent basis. Swing and a miss. He blew that one by Schrader. Well, assuming that Weaver doesn't go Saturday, he'll hope to at least get 4 days rest. But then again, there's no guarantee that Homestead will make the championship game. Obviously, they got to finish the deal here. And if they do, Huntington North awaits them. Bounced foul. Schrader still alive. Now, Homestead did defeat Huntington North in the regular season. 16-5 was the final there. But there are no guarantees when you get to sectionals. Snyder girls basketball beat Fishers in the regular season, lost to them at semi-state, just as an example. Swing and a miss. And a fitting end to the night. Mason Weaver, strikeout number 16. And a complete game shutout for Weaver.
Mason Weaver goes the distance with 16 strikeouts.
What a night for Mason Weaver.
The Homestead Spartans will face the
Homestead out-hits Columbia City 10-1.
Game 3 of this
Only one hit surrendered by Mason Weaver. He strikes out 16. And no surprise here, Mason Weaver is going to be our Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game with his 16 strikeouts and his one-hit complete game shutout. Mason Weaver, your Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game. And that will do it from here at Huntington. We hope you'll join us again this coming Saturday from right here at Huntington University. Homestead will take on Huntington North in Game 1 at 11 a.m., and then Wayne will take on Southside in Game 2 at 1 p.m. Until then, for my cameraman, Matt Jackson, this is Thad Goff saying so long from Huntington University. You've been watching high school sectional baseball on IHSAATV.org. It's brought to you by SummitCitySports.com.
I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to IHSAAFoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.